Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Phill Boogie, and welcome to another episode of Isolation Be Like. This is really going to be a mini episode because I've already recorded this week. I recorded an episode, and I thought that I would take a week and relax. But this Joe Biden thing, guys, I just want to say this real quick, that Joe Biden is 100 years old. Now, well, he's not 100, but he's almost 100 years old. So me personally, I have a rule that people who are almost 100, I try not to get mad about anything they say. Number one. And number two, if we're going to be outraged, I think the thing to be outraged by is the fact that we have very little agency. This white man felt like he could say that out loud on camera, being recorded while running for president, and get away with it. It would be fine, right? Because that kind of pandering is sort of been the bread and butter of campaigning towards certain demographics in the black community for decades, right? They get away with it, you know. Every couple of years, you got people coming into your churches and pretending to catch the Holy Ghost because they're running for office. They pop up at the black churches and then they show up on BT and use slang and all of that, right? Bill Clinton played the sax on Arsenio Hall. And I mean, I don't remember where I was in terms of knowing who I was going to vote for before then. Or if I don't remember how excited I was about Bill Clinton before that. But I'm not going to lie, I was like 18 years old and he was on one of my favorite TV shows. He played the sax, he dapped up Arsenio, and pretty much if I could have voted that night, I would have, right? The pandering works, right? And then you get mature enough and you start to think enough and you start to wonder, what is this about? So, I'm voting for the Democrat, full stop, right? But if I were going to be upset about something, and I'm not upset. Like I said, he is almost 100 years old. But if I were going to be upset about something related to this Biden gaffe, it would be the fact that I had to listen to my friends for about a year and a half pretty much say, I don't get to choose the candidate who is best for me because they may not win. Or best for my community, or best for my people, or who looks like me, because other people won't trust that candidate. So we gotta vote for the white person who could win, who might do a little bit more for us than the other white person who's in the White House. That I am outraged by. That I am saddened by. Not Biden being almost 100. Shucking and driving on The Breakfast Club the same way candidates shuck and drive all through campaign season for votes, right? It's actually sad that he can almost do anything. He's still going to get 99.999999999% of the black vote. Like, you know, it doesn't matter, right? And it hasn't mattered for a long time. If you really think about that, how silly is it to think that someone is really working for you when they know you don't have a choice to be there, right? So like when I'm at my job, right, and I start going in for negotiations and I might leave that bitch because I want some things and I'm asking for them, but they may not give them to me. I gotta believe that they believe that I will leave and that my leaving matters. Otherwise, it's not a negotiation. Like if they don't think I can go nowhere, I'm walking in there for more money. They looking at me like, what you going to do? Where you going? Where you going? You're basic. Your resume is basic. Where you going? Right? Same thing with this party. I'm not saying it's all bad, but like, where you going? Where you going? Right? Where are we going? Right? Really, that is the problem, right? There is no accountability. None. Not real. And I'm not suggesting that we don't vote. I'm voting for the Democrat, right? Right? I'm under the same umbrella as everybody else. I'm going to hold my nose and vote, right? But I've been bothered this whole campaign season, right? Largely because I've just witnessed so much sort of lack of self-worth as people talked about the election. And it made me think about the historical context for that. And so now we're here with this man who has a history, a whole history of doing work that has harmed or made Black lives suffer in some way or cause pain. It's right there. Simple Google search. Go find some microfiche. Look at some articles. It's not hidden, right? It's not hidden. It's pretty easy to find, and it's stunning, right? Now, I'm not saying that he also hasn't done some good or he hasn't changed his tune. I'm not saying any of that. But what we're not going to do is be mad about him saying the word ain't on the Breakfast Club. Like, there's so much more to be upset about, right? That's not it, right? That can't be the thing. That can't be the thing. Everybody is shuffling and shucking and driving in front of us, right? I'll be angry about all of it. All the candidates, the Black ones too, right? They do it too. Showing up to community centers wearing dungarees, trying to look hip and, dancing to the latest like jams. Like, all of it is bad and embarrassing. Which is why I can't stand the news, which is why I don't really follow their campaigns that closely and just try to stick to like data, to information, as best I can. But I couldn't avoid this one because everyone's talking about it. And yeah, the outrage is ridiculous, I think. And not because he should be able to say it. I don't think he should. But I think the fact that, this man said what he said and that, we really wouldn't have a choice but to vote for him is actually more of a thing to be outraged about, right? What are the options? And there aren't any really. So it's just like when I'm hearing people say, he must select a Black woman. He ain't got to do shit. He ain't got to do shit. You don't think they know that we gonna vote for them anyway? It would be nice, but he ain't got to do it. He already has our vote, period. And they know that. They always know it, So, outrage, he must make amends. He must do this. And we want to hear, I don't want to hear nothing from Joe Biden about what he's going to do for me because he's not going to do anything for me. What I need him to do is to be in that office, to bring a team of people, to appoint people who have a little bit more sense than the people we have now. That is the best thing he can do. And I believe that he can do that, while also having the ability to say stupid shit like you ain't Black if, and we do the same thing. Black people, we decide who's Black and who's not, do the racial draft. That shit's funny and not, you know what I'm saying? It's dismissive. I have friends who are Republicans and we see things differently. And I mean, like, I'm talking like regular, like, Republicans, not like crazy conservative nut jobs. Right. And sometimes I don't get it. I don't get how you see things that way, but you do. So cool. But they're still Black, right? They're not white because they see the world differently than me. And even if, within our group, we decided to dismiss people, I mean, you don't get to, as a white person, do that, decide which of us is Black and which is not, like you just don't get to do it. And really, we ought not be doing it either. So yeah, Joe Biden is 100 years old. He shouldn't have had his 100-year-old ass on the Breakfast Club in the first place. And he shouldn't have been talking about who ain't Black. Period. End of story. And They know we all, for the most part, gonna vote for him regardless. So he gonna apologize because he has to. Then he's still gonna go on and collect all these votes. It doesn't matter. So I know there's a lot of excitement around and desire and thirst to be angry about a thing. Let's be angry about not having any agency. Let's be angry about having to always come in, if not last, close to last when it comes to decision making, right? And policy and everything else, right? That's the thing that's upsetting, is that, even though the Democratic Party does not make that their official slogan, you ain't black if you don't vote for us, that's how the fuck they act. That's how they act, right? They take it for granted. And because the other side of the coin is, right now, at least, terrifying, we gotta play along, right? That's what's upsetting. Joe Biden can go on The Breakfast Club. He can go on D Nice's Homeschool. He could break dance, pop lock. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to vote for the Democrat because the other option is fucking crazy to me right now. But I'm still mad that collectively we don't have any agency. That will always be the thing that makes me more angry than anything else, right? Because all this huffing and puffing, they just want us to be quiet so that we don't upset the white people who are on the bubble, not knowing who they're going to vote for, because they know that we're going to talk shit and still go vote for them. But, it's the white folks on the bubble who are undecided who they're worried about. So we got to be quiet so we don't turn the tables on those good white folks who they need to get these last votes. So everybody settle down, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend responsibly in the house with people who live with you or from a distance, like 100 feet from other people, as you wave to them, but not get close. Whatever it is you're doing, just settle down and enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. This is nothing. He was already a mess. He will be a mess, but he's our mess. And until we get some agency and some, and can make some decisions for ourselves, this is what we got. I don't know if that deserves your outrage, but certainly it deserves more of your attention. How do we fix that? I'm not trying to fix Joe Biden. Joe Biden, as I said earlier, 5 times, is almost 100 years old. So what is it that we need to fix to make some real change? Right? That's what's on my mind. So anyway, I'm going back in the house. Good night. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe, stay sane. And I'm out. Peace.